So the term watchman on the wall comes from the Bible and refers to a person who is tasked with keeping watch and sounding the alarm in times of danger. In the context of Israel, being a watchman on the wall has both spiritual and practical implications. So let's explore what it means to be a watchman on the wall for Israel from a biblical perspective. In Ezekiel chapter 33, God speaks to the prophet Ezekiel and tells him that he has appointed him as a watchman on the wall for the people of Israel. Here's what we read in verses 1 through 7. The word of the Lord came to me, Son of man, speak to your people and say to them, when I bring the sword against the land, and the people of the land choose one of their men and make them their watchmen, and he sees the sword coming against the land and blows the trumpet to warn the people, then if anyone hears the trumpet but does not heed the warning, and the sword comes and takes their life, their blood will be on their own head. Since they heard the sound of the trumpet but did not heed the warning, their blood will be on their own head. If they had heeded the warning, they would have saved themselves. But if the watchman sees the sword coming and does not blow the trumpet to warn the people, and the sword comes and takes someone's life, that person's life will be taken because of their sin, but I will hold the watchman accountable for their blood. Son of man, I have made you a watchman for the people of Israel, so hear the word I speak and give them warning from me. You see, this passage highlights the spiritual responsibility of the watchman to warn the people of danger of impending judgment. As Christians, we have a responsibility to pray for the peace and security of Israel and to sound the alarm when we see threats to the nation. This means being aware of political, social, and spiritual developments in Israel and speaking out against any actions that could harm the nation. In addition to the spiritual responsibility, being a watchman on the wall also has practical implications. In ancient times, watchmen were stationed on the walls of the cities and the forts to keep watch for approaching enemies. They would sound the alarm if they saw any danger approaching, giving the people inside time to prepare for battle or giving them time to take refuge. Today, being a watchman on the wall for Israel means keeping watch for any threats to Israel's security and sovereignty and speaking out against those threats. This includes monitoring the actions of Israel's enemies, supporting Israel's right to defend itself, and advocating for Israel's security and well-being in international forums. As Christians, we can also support Israel through prayer, through financial support, and volunteering with organizations that support Israel. Being a watchman on the wall for Israel is a serious responsibility that requires diligence, vigilance, and commitment. It means being aware of the threats to Israel and taking action to defend and protect the nation. As Christians, we have a spiritual and moral obligation to stand with Israel and to support its right to exist as a nation. By being a watchman on the wall for Israel, we can play a vital role in protecting the Jewish people and fulfilling God's plan for the nation.